It's fine, but the rainy season hasn't finished, but it is close.
Well, it finished here. It's July here now.
Yeah.
Finished here. It's basically July weather. A week late, or 2 weeks late. We've had these crazy typhoons that have changed the weather, and there was a typhoon off of the Philippines.
Yes,
Very strong. See, the typhoons that don't hit land just get stronger.
Yeah.
Because over the ocean, I was talking about this yesterday with a student. I want to see this picture again.
The typhoon will hit Okinawa Island this week.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah, it's right. It's just north of Manila. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the satellite photo. See, these typhoons that sit over the ocean just get stronger. Once they hit the land, it disturbs the symmetry. So there's an interesting phenomena. Do you understand onshore flow and offshore flow?
Offshore flow, onshore.
Okay, so like if you're at the beach at night, you're watching the sunset at the beach, and the water holds a lot more energy than the land. Water holds more energy for its temperature than other materials. So when water's temperature, when the energy drops in water, the temperature has to drop a lot. So when water's temperature or energy drops, it doesn't reflect in the temperature. The temperature remains high because water holds a lot. It's got a high specific energy. Water does. Water has a high specific energy. It holds a lot of energy compared to its temperature.
So what does an energy mean that I cannot?
Okay, so let me just explain for you in offshore and onshore flow. So if you're at the beach and the sun goes down, the temperature of the land falls more quickly than the temperature of the water. Because the water has a lot of momentum. Yeah, its energy, its momentum is high. So this means that the temperature over the water stays high after the sunset, because the sun is the driver. The drive, it drives the system. That's the energy input, is the sunlight. So the sun sets and the land temperature falls very quickly, but the water temperature remains high because water has a high specific energy. And what happens is the air over the water rises, and it pulls air from the shore, from the land. And so when you're at the beach, you feel the air, the wind to your back as the air flows offshore. And rises over the ocean. Like a steamy bathtub. Okay. This is why in Okinawa it was so hot in the middle of the night. I couldn't believe it, because it's basically the island sits in this hot bathtub of water and it never cools down. In the desert, sun goes down, it gets cool very quickly. On the moon, as soon as the sun sets, you get negative 200 degrees at night on the moon, because there's no atmosphere, there's no water. Okay. Next morning, the sun rises and it's heating the water, and the sunlight is heating the water and the land. The land's temperature rises much more quickly than the water, because the water is absorbing all this energy, because high specific energy, higher than the land. And the air over the land rises, and you get this onshore flow. The cool morning breeze from the ocean. Okay. Now, let's think about the Northern Hemisphere in summer. Now, the first day of summer is the longest day. After the first day of summer, the daylight hours start to shrink. And that means the Northern Hemisphere daylight exposure time is falling. And the air is cooling. But the water's been heating up all those months during those long days. The water is warm, but the air is cooling because solar angles the angles are increasing, the shadows are getting longer, daylight time is shortening. The Northern Hemisphere's atmosphere is cooling, but the water is warm. So you get this convective energy vertically. Now, over the equator, there's no rotational energy because, like, if you're in Singapore, the Earth is basically doing this. But in the Northern Hemisphere, it's rotating. So you have this rotational energy and rising the warm water in the cooling atmosphere. So late summer, you get these typhoons forming. And these typhoons, the rising air is in the Northern Hemisphere is rotating this way. In the Southern Hemisphere is rotating the other direction, but that happens 6 months later in the Southern Hemisphere. So late summer, Northern Hemisphere, big flat ocean, rising air into the cooling atmosphere, rotational energy, typhoons forming. And they rotate counterclockwise. And this system just builds and builds and builds because it's the same conditions until it hits some body of land. And that destroys the symmetry. But even a dead typhoon is dangerous. And I like to call it the Taihu no Shitai. These typhoons hit land and they lose all of their high winds, but that water's still in the air. And these dead bodies of the typhoon, they just dump all their rain onto the land, and you get floods, you get landslides, you get disaster. Even if there's no high winds. The high winds are generally experienced in the early stage of the landfall or near the coastline, like Izu Hanto, Wakayama, Kyushu, southern Kyushu, southern Shikoku gets hit the hardest, usually. Places like, Nara and Nagano, they don't experience, or Sea of Japan, they don't experience typhoon winds. Even Osaka doesn't really get high winds usually because it's a sheltered port. We've got Seto Naikai and the Awaji and the Kihanto and everything. It shelters. Even, Tokyo also. That's why these sheltered harbors are the most populated places. Like Nagoya and Osaka and Tokyo, because they're sheltered from these storms. There was an earthquake a few years ago in Taiwan, on the east coast of Taiwan. It was a very extreme earthquake. There was pictures where the roads were, right? And people driving on the road had to abandon their car because the road was broken. We're talking like 6-7 meters of physical displacement of the land. If this earthquake had occurred on the west coast, it would have killed thousands of people and destroyed, many buildings. But nobody lives on the east coast of Taiwan because the typhoons and the weather. It's mostly farmland because it's a battered coastline. And nobody lives on the east coast of Taiwan. So that Taiwan was lucky. If that earthquake had hit Taipei or the west coast, it would have caused a lot more damage. Yeah.
When I was young, the most frequent typhoon season was September or late October.
The late summer, because we have that water, the whole northern Pacific, north of the equator, is warm water conditions, but the cooling atmosphere, because we're getting reduced daylight hours, right? The Northern Hemisphere is moving away from the sun solar angle because the tilt. The Earth is tilted like, what is it, 23.6 degrees or something as it goes around the sun. But yeah, late summer we get the typhoons, and this is basically the daylight hours have peaked. They peaked in June 21st, or June 20 was the first day of summer. The third week of June is the is the peak. Japanese call it toji. Is that what you call it?
No. Toji. Geshi.
Yeah, well, we call it the summer solstice.
I can understand.
The summer solstice
The
is
longest
peak.
daytime.
The longest day.
Shortest nighttime.
Yeah, and so after the longest day, we get reduced solar input because the sun's the driving factor. And then, of course, water, very high heat capacity. And big, flat ocean. On the land, it's a different scale. On the land, we get tornadoes. Because it's a much different scale. The heat capacity of the land is very different than the heat capacity of the ocean. But it's only in the flat areas of the land, like Kansas, Nebraska, North Texas, where it's very flat. That's where you get the tornadoes.
So we don't have so many tornadoes.
We know Japan's mountains sticking up out of the ocean, and so you don't have that symmetry. And tornadoes, the different scale, because the heat capacity of the land is much different than the heat capacity of the ocean. And on the land, it's not the rotational energy of the planet. What happens is that you get these a very high velocity vertical flow, like thunderstorm activity, and it causes vortexes as the very high velocity vertical wind speeds. These thunderstorms, incredible. They throw the wind and the water so high that the rain freezes and it comes down as hail. Right? Japan doesn't really get those. It's rare. But in the Midwest of the United States, you get some incredible thunderstorms. The vertical activity is amazing. And with this very high-speed vertical activity, it's causing vortexes. And it's a smaller scale. But typhoons are a very large-scale phenomena. But once these typhoons hit land, it destroys the symmetry. And then they basically die. But all that water is still in the air, and it dumps onto the land. And a lot of typhoons are not necessarily the high wind, but the heavy rains afterward. That water's got to come back down. It can't stay in the air. And it comes back down on these poor places like in the Philippines. A lot of people still live in bamboo huts. The villages in the mountains and the landslides, I think, what do you call it? Yamakuzure? Is that what you call it? Landslide and the flooding. And then, of course, lowlands areas, the water is contaminated, and then people that get sick because they don't have fresh water.
Yesterday, I watched the television news, and I saw the typhoon, the recent typhoon, have the very special shape of clouds because there it is.
The eye wall was very big and very strong because it's been growing and getting stronger and stronger. It's in that part of the Pacific Ocean. There's no nothing to disturb the symmetry because there's no land. There's no bodies of land. It's just big, flat, warm ocean and a cooling upper atmosphere. And it doesn't matter. The sun is kind of out of the equation. That that ocean has been warming up for months.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere above is cooling down.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And that you get a little bit of rotation. Now, if you're down in Singapore, you don't get typhoons because there's no rotational energy. The Earth is basically moving like this. But once you start moving up into the Northern Hemisphere, you get that rotation. And a big warm ocean. And it didn't have a lot of driving winds. The conditions, the high pressure areas to the north were holding it south, where it could just cook, slow cook for many days. And it just grows stronger and stronger and stronger. So yeah, we pray for those people, Philippines, Taiwan, Okinawa. My first typhoon in Okinawa, I couldn't believe it. Rain sideways. The stop signs going like this. I couldn't understand when I got to Okinawa in May from Hawaii. The weather's always good in Hawaii, and we rarely get typhoons in Hawaii. It's very rare. I'd never been in a typhoon before. People back east talked about them. People from Florida and people from the Carolinas. They talked about typhoons, but hurricanes. They talked about hurricanes. Just different names, same phenomena. But I didn't know what a typhoon was. I'm from Oregon. We didn't get typhoons. And I couldn't understand, why are the bus stops made of concrete? The bus stops were these very robust concrete structures. I'm like, do the Okinawans think Americans gonna bomb them again? Poor people. I felt so bad. And here comes this typhoon. And then I realized two types of structures in Japan. Very permanent and very temporary. Right? Like, when they have a construction site, the construction company builds these like temporary offices. Right? Sometimes 2-story temporary buildings, and when the construction project is finished, then they take and they drive away. Like the portable toilets, I noticed that in Japan, that there's no chutohampa. There's no middle ground. It's either a very permanent structure or very temporary structure. Like Hideyoshi wanted to be the shogun. So he built the biggest, strongest castle in Japan. And Tokugawa was sleeping in a tent. He was camping outside. He wins. The guy in the tent beats the guy in the biggest castle in Japan.
But Tokugawa wins.
Because Hideyoshi put too many resources towards the castle. Now, he didn't have enough soldiers to fight. He had too many stonecutters and not enough soldiers. This is a warning sign. When nations spend too much money in one part of their economy, they lose. Right? So you have to be careful. You have to be able to anticipate future trends. Like Russia put all of these efforts into tanks. The drones make the tanks obsolete. New technology. Did Tokugawa have guns when he attacked Hideyoshi? Did he have gunpowder?
Yeah.
And Hideyoshi had like bows and arrows and
yeah. It is.
Yeah. And he was sleeping in a tent with his gun, and Hideyoshi, actually it was Hideyoshi's son, was sleeping in the biggest castle with his bows and arrows, and they lost. So
he lost his life with his mother.
Yep. Okay. Enough history. Enough weather. You have a document, yes?
Yes. It's too long document.
Oh, it's long.
8 pages.
Okay, we'll start now.
Reviewers comment, and I made an reject decision. So.
Oh my, it's a drama.
Yeah.
It's a drama. Genu recurvatum. What is genu recurvatum?
It means an hyperextension of the knee joint in stance.
Oh God.
Yes.
Ouch.
I don't know what language it is.
I was waiting for the train yesterday, and this very young girl was hyperextending her knees while she was standing, like a very lazy. Nobody had coached her on proper standing techniques.
Yeah.
We were taught in the military, don't lock your knees. Always keep your knees bent at a slight angle. Otherwise, you pass out. You fall asleep.
But the people with the spinal cord injury stand have extended knee joint. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't have the muscle control. They've lost the
locked knee.
It's a neurologic phenomena. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Stop that. Don't go away. There we go. Double click that. Okay. Page one. Page one. Here we go.
To page 8.
Well, I'll do my best. Pelvic retraction. So the genu recurvatum is the knees hyperextending, and the pelvic retraction is the pelvis rotating
to backward rotation.
So top, back, and bottom forward.
Yes.
Okay. When you say backward, I'm like, which way backward?
So we seldom use the word retraction, the pelvic rotation in a horizontal plane. So backward rotation.
Yeah, but that means the top is backward and the bottom is forward.
But not bottom and the top, and it means that rotation in the horizontal transverse plane.
Oh, you mean like a cant?
Cant?
Or a list? A ship. Like if a ship is leaning on one side, left or right.
Yes.
So pelvic retraction is leaning to one side or the other.
Yes.
Okay, I see. All right, thank you. This study investigated the effects of plantar flexion resistance angle orthosis on the control of the paretic knee joint movements. During gait of patients with stroke. Measured with an elbow and the knee joint. Inappropriate. Okay, that's their statement.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. Page 1 was easy.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
I think they're properties. Oh, oh, because of past literature.
Yes, yes,
Past literature already explains that.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yep.
Very systematic and evidential result.
Well, I was speaking with a professor yesterday. She has a doctoral candidate, and his thesis made no unique contribution.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, it
You
is
can't be a doctor unless you make a unique contribution.
Yes.
Did you get page 2?
Oh, yes, I got
You
it.
received page 2? Great.
Oh, yes, it's okay.
Yeah, that's confusing. Okay. I'm not going to correct their English. That's your job.
Yes.
Do you know what country they came from?
From Turkey.
Oh,
Oh.
Turkey's big in the news. Yeah.
Mm.
Trump is in Turkey. He was.
Huh?
Trump went to Turkey. Big NATO summit.
Ah, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you. I got it.
Okay. What do you mean by replacement?
So they remove the marker at once and place it again. In the without condition, they put the markers on the skin, but if they were or the patient or the A4, they put markers on the
Oh, okay. 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 And this is known as drop foot.
The result of the foot at the end of the swing phase, the foot means the foot during swing phase, and as a result, the patient touch the ground with.
Yeah, I think drop foot is the layman's term for that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. What is the medical term for drop foot?
Also we use
Okay.
drop foot.
All right.
Four.
Okay.
Words.
No such information.
No such information.
No such information.
No such information.
Mm.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Halfway.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're halfway there. Oh. V-axis?
V-axis.
Yeah, it should be a space. I don't know if that's their mistake. I was thinking Vaxis. It sounds like the name of a drug or something.
Oh.
Oh. So they are assuming the pelvis as velocity, not the COG.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't understand that. I cannot understand that what the pelvis means. Pelvis in the segment and
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, pelvis and COG are similar,
yes, it's similar.
but that would be an assumption.
Yeah.
And that assumption would introduce error, right?
Yes.
Yep, exactly. Mm.
It's my basic mistake. Why was the COD?
Where?
Yeah, why was the COD? So
Yeah, okay.
just forget.
Yeah. That's my job.
Yeah.
Do you hear the semi?
Good.
They started yesterday.
Sit.
Cicadas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Here in Kansai, they started up yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
it appears in
Well, the semi know when the rainy season is over.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how they noticed it.
It must be the soil is dry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am so interested in the such and phenomena in nature. Yeah.
They live underground for like 17 years.
17 to 7 years?
I heard 17 years. That's
17 years.
yeah. 17.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some species have a different, it depends on the species.
Oh,
And each species has a different time of year.
Yeah.
I think those are those the abra, or those the oh, those are the mimi, yeah. But and then late in the summer is the tsukubosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I heard the voice of the tsukuboshi, I think
you know the summer's ending.
Summer is over.
Yeah. It's an audio calendar. It was stated pelvic retraction during hyperextension did not differ significantly between conditions. Does this statement mean that the pelvic?
So there are two other lines.
Oh God!
At the bottom of this page.
I missed that. Why did I miss that? And I can't. Okay, we'll do it this way. Sorry.
I got it.
Yeah, but you're gonna have 9 panels. Sorry. Okay.
I got it. Okay.
I guess I'm correcting their English. Sorry. Unless they made that mistake. I'm not sure. You okay?
Yes, I got it.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh, we're getting close to the end. What is CH? That was my question.
I can't understand what is here.
Well, wait a minute. I know there was oh God, how many pages? Well, there's no date. Oh, there it is. What was the name of this? Genu recurvatum, pelvic retraction. So there's PR and GR, but what is CH?
I don't know.
Maybe they got confused.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the end.
Yes,
Last page.
Yes,
Is it big? I don't know.
but the last, there are just three
Oh,
lines. Oh,
that's the dessert.
yes.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
And the expression pelvic example would be for studies on yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh,
We did it.
thank
We
you
made
very
it.
much.
8 pages.
8 pages.
My pleasure.
So when
My morning brain exercise.
and when I made an reject decision, I wrote many.
Well, yeah. I mean, you justify your
Yeah,
extreme action.
yeah.
It, so reject means a very major revision, right?
Mm,
Uh,
I wonder
there's no
which is better.
chance.
Yeah, which
There's
is
no
better.
chance. They have no hope.
But the final decision is made by the editor, not mine.
Yeah, but the editor considers the reviewers,
Yeah.
right? How many reviewers does one?
In general, there are two reviews.
Two. Okay.
And if so, it's the recommendation of these reviewers are different. So they ask another reviewer.
The reviewer is Japanese.
No, 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 no.
What is the journal? Do you know the name of the journal that it's being submitted to?
Yes, this is a clinical biomechanics. So
Which is an English-based journal.
yes,
Okay.
worldwide
I'm
journal.
glad. I'm keeping your English world class. I'm your world class filter.
Yeah.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's my pride.
Also, all
I'm
of
your world class filter.
yes.
Sometimes it's simple mistakes. Having a second set of eyes on a document. Yeah, it's always good to have somebody looking over your shoulder for that. Yeah.
I seldom review the Japanese articles. Yeah.
Not in my house, not in my wheelhouse. That's not my specialty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole thing about science, everyone is a student, right?
Yes.
We are being educated by nature.
Yes.
And that's what makes academia so amazing. I've been to many cities around the world, and some good, some bad. The best location of any city in the world is always the university district.
The best area.
The university district has the best food, the lowest crime rate, the nicest vistas, the best atmosphere of any city. Because when you go to a place in the city, I know everything. Don't tell me. Right? You have the people that know everything and they don't want to be told. They don't listen to the police. They don't listen to other people. If somebody says, "Oh, pick up your trash," don't tell me what to do. There's garbage everywhere and crime. The people that are learning, like, the city is clean. There are a lot of international people from other countries. They have all these nice little cafes and study spaces, because the mindset of the local population is of learning. People are receptive to better ideas, and it's a better place to live. I know some of these parts of the city where the Ganko Oji-san, right? They're like, I know everything. Don't tell me what to do. You don't want to be in that part of the city. You want to be in a place where people are learning.
Yeah. But learning from the science, I always think that there is no correct answer. Which is better?
Well, the universe is infinite.
Yeah.
The universe is open-ended.
Yeah.
Right? The vastness. There is no end. Right?
And I graduated an engineering faculty, and I noticed that there is a large difference between the scientific field and medical field. So
Yeah, medical becomes an ivory tower.
yeah.
But the good doctors are the ones who are learning, who are contributing.
Yes.
Yeah, there is that old fashioned, and I don't know, maybe in the West it's not as distinct. In the past it was. In the early days it was very bad. It was an elitism. And what is that? Enko shugi? You know, a type of elitism. But modern medicine is is very open-minded. Because you know, I have some dentists that are pioneers in the dental field, and they feel that ivory tower syndrome a lot. But my students are working to change the field because dentistry is becoming more scientific, more medical. You know, it's interesting. When you go to a hospital, you give a blood sample, you get a blood pressure test. The doctor looks, you know, does all these examinations. When you go to the dentist, they don't do any of that. They don't take a blood sample. They don't even take your temperature. And they're going to do oral surgery. In many times it's anesthesia because they don't want to cross that boundary. You know, you have hospitals and clinics, and then you have barbershops, hairdressers, nail salons, and dentists. The dentists don't want to cross that barrier into needles and temperature and you know, all of that stuff. They want to stay in the realm of the hairdresser. So this is kind of the dentist dilemma because dental science is becoming more and more medical. But when you sit in a dental chair, they don't take your blood pressure. They don't even take your temperature. They definitely don't take a blood test. But they're doing oral surgery with anesthesia, which is kind of an issue. But what they do before oral surgery, they say, you know, there's a questionnaire. Are you under doctor's care? If you are, then please bring your medical records. Yes. Right? So they do actually require clinical consultation. But the dentist will never take your blood pressure or your temperature or I don't think they're allowed to take a blood test. Taking a blood sample is against the law for a non-doctor. Did you know that? No. You can't just go to, like, there are some places that do these blood sample, like they'll take a drop of your blood and then put it in a microscope and tell you stop drinking hops beer and stuff. Seriously. But they can only take a single drop. They can't actually draw blood. As far as distributing blood, the Japanese hospitals lost their blood supply privileges. And the Red Cross is the only institution that's allowed to supply blood in Japan. Years ago, the hospitals were delivering non-standard or non-heated blood products, and they were giving people HIV virus. And the determination was made that the Japanese hospitals lost their blood distribution privileges. They can draw blood for blood testing, but if they need blood, they have to call the Red Cross. Our building is right next. Half the time, it's not an ambulance; it's the Red Cross. Yeah. I wonder why they don't wear a vampire costume on Halloween. I'm O negative. They love me. They love me. O negative. I'm the universal donor. My daughter also. It's funny because my wife is AB positive. AB positives can receive any blood type.
Oh.
But they can only give to other AB positives.
Oh,
because AB positives can take anything. O negatives are the universal donor. We can donate our blood to any blood type, but we can only receive O negative.
Oh.
Yeah. And my wife's AB positive and I'm O negative, but our daughter is O negative.
But in Japanese population, the people with the negative is very small. Yeah.
Very rare. It's most Asian people are positive.
Positive. Yeah.
RH positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sumiko, 8 pages. Good work.
8 pages. Thank you.
And we had time for a discussion. We had a nice discussion.
Yeah, next time.
We talked about typhoons.
Yeah.
You know what typhoon means?
Huh?
Taihan Fuban. Typhoon.
Yeah.
Be careful.
More than Fuben.
Taihan Fuban.
Yeah.
Next week, same time.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.